Hey Todd, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Hey Todd, I guess anybody who ever faces Aaron Rodgers has the same kind of challenges, but it looks like he hasn't slowed down a bit. What is the difficulty in facing Aaron, especially in the decision on whether to blitz him or drop guys in coverage, which he seems to find a way to beat either one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got success with without pressure and with pressure. So obviously he's one of the best of all time. He's still playing at extremely high level. We played him I think in 16. I think it's the last time that we played him. The only difference is he isn't looking to run as much as he has in the past. He was always very mobile. You had to worry about that. He can still do it, but he looks to stay in the pocket and extend plays within the pocket and then takes his shots downfield. So, it's going to be important that obviously we continue to keep him in the pocket and try to pressure him as much as we can and kind of give him different looks. I don't think you're ever going to surprise him or confuse him. You just got to be able to slow down his reads at times, so we can get off the grass.
And is the decision to not come at a guy or come at a guy like that, is that more or less an in-game situation? You kind of go by feel on that?
We obviously we look at numbers and where we're at, what we need to do. I think down and distance has a lot to do with what you want to do. How quick do you want to get the ball out? If it's really long yardage, then you worry about screens and stuff like that if you're pressuring. So obviously during the game, it dictates. I think each coordinator goes in with some coverage ideas and some blitz ideas, and as the game goes along, you kind of get a feel for what you need to call.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Thank you, Spencer. Let's go over to Mark Long and then John Shipley.
Hey, Washer, what does the book say? What does the book say on blitzing Aaron Rodgers?
His rating does go down a little bit, but if you want to say it goes down a little bit, it's still extremely high. But I think everybody's goes down a little bit. But like I said, we got to pick and choose when to do it. We talked about, this week with our players that we want to make them work the whole field. Not necessarily die a slow death, but we don't want to give up big plays over the top, really make them earn it all the way down the field. And, don't put me in a situation, I guess, or I don't want to put our players in a situation where I lose the game for us. I want them to be able to go out and execute and play and make them earn everything.
And just following up on that, you had a lot of success with the blitz last week, and I think you blitzed a season high number of times. Was it the opponent? Was it some of the stuff you did during the bye week? Was it rookies coming of age? Can you pinpoint why you had so much success last week?
I think it was different. We haven't pressured a lot, and some of the stuff I know they sit and say it was pressure, but it was really just a 4-man rush. It was simulated pressure. So a lot of people call it pressure, but it's not. We had about 4 or 5 of those, and we're really rushing 4. That was some of the stuff that we've added in the off week. A lot of different guys on the field that we haven't had on the field at the same time. And I think that was a little bit of it, but obviously they have a week to prepare for it. So obviously we got to do something different.
Thank you, Mark. Let's go over to John Shipley and then John Reed.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, you've been with Myles Jack his entire career. Would you say this year, or at least last couple weeks, he's been healthy is the highest level you've seen him play at?
I think when he's healthy, he's played at a high level this year. There's no doubt. I know we talked about getting him to the will linebacker spot where he's in space and play and that kind of stuff. But he's playing at an extremely high level. I think he's doing a really good job of preparing. Also, you see him working extra. I know most of this stuff is virtual and everything, but there's all hours of the night where you'll get a text and there'll be questions coming from Myles. So it's a lot of credit to him with the work that he's put in, and he's playing at a really high level right now for us.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Thank you, Shipley. Let's go over to John Reed.
For you, Coach.
Hey,
what was your impressions of Nathaniel Hackett when he was the OC there with the Jaguars?
I loved working with him, and we had a great working relationship. I think he did a tremendous job of getting our players in position to do what we needed to do to win. He was a run first guy when he was here, and that was kind of the philosophy at the time. And I think he did a tremendous job with our players, working together as a staff. He has absolutely no ego. I really loved working with Nate.
So you're not surprised he's having success up in Green Bay?
Not one bit. No, he's an exceptional football coach, and obviously he's got some really good personnel around him. And he's getting them in the right spots, and they're making plays, and that's a credit to Nate.
Thank you, John.
Thank
Let's go over to Jamal and then Jordan.
Hey, Coach. Daniel Thomas played a lot more last week than he has at any point in this season. What did he show you, and what did you think of his game last week?
I thought he went out and functioned really well. We seen it. He's getting better and better once again. He was a rookie, obviously, when he came in. It's taken him a while to learn it. There's a lot of stuff going on in the back end. And, we've seen him start to learn and functioning a lot more efficiently in practice. And, we said, hey, let's get him a couple series here and there. And he went in and functioned really well. So, we're going to continue to obviously develop him. Obviously, Josh Jones is our starter, but we're going to continue to develop him because I think he's got some playmaking ability.
And down the stretch, can we expect to see some more of those young guys starting to get some more reps as the veterans kind of, I guess, help them get their legs under them late in the season like this?
Well, I think those that really earn the right to and have developed and came along and that kind of stuff. I mean, if you're able to play at a winning level and being efficient, we'll find a way to get you on the grass.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Thank you, Jamal. Let's go two final questions. Let's go Jordan, and then we'll go back to Mark for the last one.
Hey, Coach. Looked like CJ Henderson was in pretty good position for most of the game last week, but obviously wasn't able to come up with those two big plays on the PI and then the Will Fuller touchdown later in the game. What do you see from him, and what are your thoughts on how he's progressing throughout his rookie season?
I think he's getting better and better. Obviously, the PI and the other play that you're talking about, you'd like for him to at least be able to get the guy down. We were in man coverage there. We were bringing pressure on the Fuller touchdown. He's just got to be able to transition, play into the guy, and get the guy down. The one right before the half, he felt like he was beat. He couldn't find the football, which is tough when he was in trail position. And you'd rather have him get a PI than give up a touchdown right there. Hopefully we can have some more vertical grass to try to defend. I think that was a good decision by CJ. The last thing you want to do is give up that big one over the top right before 2 minutes. So I thought that one was a good decision. And, I think he's getting better and better as we go. He had a heck of a break on an out route, just misplayed it a little bit, and that had the possibility of being a pick six. So, he's getting his hands on some balls. I think he's getting better. I think Tim is doing a really nice job each week getting those guys prepared to play. And, he's only going to get better as he keeps growing within, game time.
Did you think he was surprised about the ball placement on the Watson to Fuller touchdown?
I think he got the wide receiver got in his blind spot, and that's tough when the ball gets in your blind spot and you can't find it. But like we talked about him, hey, let's just lean and squeeze back into him and find a way to get him down. It's not a big deal if he catches it. We just got to get him down.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, Washer, you touched on Hackett with Nate. What about with Tyler Ervin? I know obviously the Lazard's on IR, and then that tight end, I forget his name. But with the number of guys they got who have been in the building and have seen you, do you have to guard against that at all? Or is that totally overrated at this level?
They might know what we do, but they don't know when we're going to call it. Nate has my playbook. I know he did when he was here. I'm sure he took it with him. And I have Nate's playbook, but obviously their head coach is calling it. So, I think we all know, we all study each other, in season, out of season and that kind of stuff, but you don't know when something's coming. So I think a little bit of that is overrated. But at the same time, obviously he understands the concepts of what we're doing. So we got to be, creative and smart and not show our stuff pre-snap so they can get a beat on it.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see everybody at 2:45. We got Joe Schobert and Jared Wilson today. Thank you.